From ancient times, both in the East and in the West, a solemn liturgical feast dedicated to Saint Mary has been celebrated, known as the Dormition or Assumption. We are here to remember and renew this tradition. At the Garden of Gethsemane on the night of August the 14th, the Franciscans, together with the people of God, gather in prayer in a moving liturgy that includes readings from the Gospels and apocryphal writings recounting the passing of the Virgin. The next day, the morning Mass was celebrated in the Basilica, presided over by Father Francesco Jelpo, Custos of the Holy Land. What does apocryphal really mean? It is a text that gathers the sensitivity of an era, organizes it, enhances it, and develops its beauty. In what we hear today, there emerges a kind of competition between Peter and John. In giving precedence to one another, they compete in exalting each other's virtues and, interestingly, in recognizing each one's particular role.
Qual è il compito specifico dell'una cosa e qual è il compito specifico dell'altra.
For Father Francesco Jelpo, who presided over this solemnity for the first time as Custos of the Holy Land, the white rose petals thrown on the image of the Virgin Mary represented Mary's yes. A full and trusting assent to every movement of God's will in her life, a yes to which she gave herself without reservation, with total dedication. The presence of the local community and of the pilgrims was also strongly felt.
We came from Bethlehem precisely to celebrate this feast of the Assumption and to entrust to Our Lady all the intentions of our order and of the whole world, especially for peace in the Holy Land. When one goes on pilgrimage to the Holy Land, especially in this time, it is above all a matter of love. Love for the holy places, but also for the people who live here. I'm convinced that every pilgrim who returns from the Holy Land becomes a small piece in the great mosaic of peace, dialogue, and rebuilding bonds in these places marked by history and faith. It is the first time we have come, the first time we have even taken a plane, but it is wonderful. The tiredness is nothing compared to experiencing these places.
The truth is, this is an unforgettable experience, something extraordinarily beautiful and enriching. It means coming into contact with daily life, discovering faith lived in depth and experiencing it in a way very different from what we are used to. The following day, the morning Mass was celebrated again in the Basilica, presided over by Father Francesco Jelpo, Custos of the Holy Land. Near Mount Zion stands the beautiful Abbey of the Dormition. This year, the Eucharist was presided over by Cardinal Fernando Filoni, Grand Master of the Equestrian Order of the Holy Sepulchre. And so tradition says that Jesus came, took her soul, and brought her with him, and then took her body. Here is the Assumption, so that Mary, preserved from sin, would not know the corruption of the flesh. But this means that Mary opens heaven for us, just as Jesus does. She too opens heaven for us. So it is beautiful to think that we are here today as pilgrims. All those who come here as pilgrims feel they have a mother who awaits them, who loves them and welcomes them.
Sentono di avere una madre che li aspetta, che vuole bene, che li accoglie.
For the religious community of the Augustinians of the Assumption, today's feast carries a particularly deep meaning.
Beloved founder, Father Emmanuel Dalzon, would always insist to us brothers the love for Jesus Christ, love for the Church, and love for Mary, particularly to Our Lady of the Assumption. Really to celebrate with the people and all the religious congregations here in the Holy Land. So it's really meaningful for us, and for me particularly.
As usual, after the celebration, they went down into the crypt where aromatic herbs were blessed, a gesture recalling the fragrance left by the Virgin on earth after being assumed into heaven by the angels.
We are completely loved by God, and we should be redeemed completely. And what God started with Mary, it's our hope He will also fulfill on our lives.
a solemn day that concluded with the pilgrimage of the Franciscan friars and the Christians to the tomb of Mary to venerate the sacred place where her body was laid before being assumed into heaven. Today this church belongs to the Greek Orthodox and Armenian communities of Jerusalem, by whom the Franciscans were welcomed.